So today I'm going to show you guys how to make low carb keto scones that taste like a scone that you get from Starbucks, except these are only going to have 3 net carbs apiece. Now these don't taste anything like a low carb 3 net carb scone. Everything about these is totally on point. The consistency is crumbly and chewy. They have the perfect amount of sweetness. And when you try these, I think you're gonna have a hard time believing that this is a keto scone recipe. They taste so damn good. So that being said, let's jump in this one and I'll show you guys how to make my ultimate low carb keto scone recipe. All right, so the first thing we'll wanna do is preheat our oven to 325 degrees. Next, we're gonna take out our food scale and a really large bowl, and we're gonna add 1 cup or 100 grams of superfine almond flour to it. Now, like a lot of you guys know, my go-to for almond flour and what I highly recommend using is the Bob's Red Mill superfine almond flour. That's what I'm using today. If you wanna pick some of that up, there's a link in the video description below to grab it. We're also gonna be adding some coconut flour for our keto scones. This is just gonna help give them that flaky, crumbly consistency that you'll find in just a regular scone. So for today's scones, we're gonna be adding a 1/4 cup or 25 grams of that to our bowl. And then we're gonna be sweetening our keto scones up without any carbs or calories by using some confectioner's erythritol. I personally like to use the brand Swerve's erythritol. I just think it's the highest quality you'll find. And if you wanna pick some of that up, just like the almond flour, there's a link to grab it in the video description below. But with that being said, for today's recipe, we're gonna be adding a heaping 1/4 cup or 60 grams of that stuff to our bowl. And then the last ingredient we're gonna add is gonna be a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. So now at this point, we're all set to get out our whisk and whisk all those ingredients together until they're well combined. Once everything's combined in the bowl, we can set that bowl aside and get out an even larger bowl and start working on our wet ingredients. The first thing we're gonna do is crack and add 1 large egg to the bowl. Next, we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of unsweetened vanilla almond milk, followed by 2 tablespoons or about 28 grams of melted butter, as well as a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now at this point, we're gonna get our whisk back out, whisk all those ingredients until a thick yellow yolky consistency starts to form in the bowl. Once it does, we're gonna get our dry ingredients back out, add those into the bowl, and then start folding all the ingredients together with our spatula. Once we got all the ingredients folded in and looking good and a thick, sticky, doughy consistency starts to form in that bowl, that's when we're gonna get out our no sugar added chocolate chips. My personal favorite are the Lily's chocolate chips. They only have 2 net carbs per serving. And for today's recipe, we're gonna be adding a 1/3 cup or about 48 grams of those chocolate chips into our dough. So once those chocolate chips are folded into the batter, we're just gonna refrigerate the dough for about a 1/2 hour. While the dough's refrigerating, we're gonna get out a baking sheet. We're gonna line it with some parchment paper. And then once the dough is done chilling in the fridge, we can take that back out. We're gonna add that to our baking sheet. And chilling the dough just helps us work with it like we're doing right now. We're forming this 7" by 7" circle that's probably 3/4 of an inch thick out of that scone dough. And once that dough is all situated and formed, we're gonna get a pizza cutter out and we're just gonna start running that through the dough and forming 8 equal sized scones. So once we've done that and we've scored 8 equal sized scones out of our dough, we're gonna pop that in the oven at 325 for about a 1/2 hour. You want the top of your scones to just start turning golden brown. And then once they're done baking, we're gonna take them out of the oven and let them cool completely on the tray itself. Once they are done cooling, we're gonna take out a sharp knife and we're just gonna run that through the edges that we created with our pizza cutter from before. This will just help loosen the scones from one another. And once we've done that, we've done everything we have to do. Check this out. This is what the keto scones end up looking like. How perfect do these look? So that's today's low carb keto scone recipe. I hope you guys enjoy these. If you make them, definitely tag me on Instagram. My handle's in the video description below. If you need to pick up any of the products like the chocolate chips or the almond flour or anything, all the links are in the video description below, like I said in the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next recipe.